Howdy all you cowboys, cowgirls, gunfighters, and gamblers. I'm going to do that intro with a little bit of enthusiasm. Howdy all you cowboys, cowgirls, gunfighters, and gamblers. I've got something for us today that we haven't seen on the show before. Take a look. Looks like fun, right? It's actually something that I've been considering doing for a long time. I've been driving up to this club in Washington for nearly 5 years now for their monthly cowboy action shooting event. And I keep hearing about and getting invited to this mini 3-gun match that my pard Lawbreaker puts on. You'll have seen Lawbreaker on the show before many times. He runs the Cascade Ghost Riders Club in Ravensdale, Washington, and is responsible for that great annual match we looked at a few episodes back, where you may recall I mentioned that he ran a club that shoots modern firearms. Lawbreaker, or Tim as he's known in these circles, calls these matches mini 3-gun. In his website, which I'll link in the description box, says that the club's focus is on providing foundational training and friendly competition for shooters of all levels. Now, I've been intrigued by what I hear about these matches. My pard Rongo goes quite often, and he's been competing with his cowboy guns. But I don't want to do that. I've been shooting cowboy for rolling on to 3 decades. And while I'm not tired of that type of competition or that era of firearms by any means, I do want to experience something different. And my more modern firearms, which to me could really mean anything post 1900, don't get anywhere near enough range time. So the Ravensdale MINI 3-gun website goes on by explaining what each match is like. And I quote, 4 to 6 engaging stages specifically designed for pistol caliber carbines, defensive shotguns, and modern pistols. So, does my Auto Ordnance 1927 A1 qualify as a pistol caliber carbine? Y'all can debate that in the comments. Right now, I'm looking for something a little more modern than that. And if you're on my Patreon page, you've seen me hint at what I'm currently considering. And I'll get into the details of that later. For this episode, I want to give you a preview of some content that's coming up and introduce you to the Ravensdale MINI 3-gun club and tell you why it appeals to me. A lot of which is summed up in the information I found on their website. They're a tight-knit club dedicated to fostering a relaxed and competitive atmosphere. That sounds like the range atmosphere I'm currently used to, and it lets me know that I'll fit right in. So let's read on. Their website says, this is the perfect chance to test your skills, push your limits, and refine your shooting technique. I'm always down for that. Evaluate your gear. See how your equipment performs under pressure. Now, I think this is a great idea. I've spent years working on a loadout for cowboy action shooting and working on gear that performs consistently for me. So again, I can appreciate this goal. And the introduction on their website goes on to say that this mini 3-gun competition can help you to develop your mindset and build confidence and mental fortitude. And that's just in the introduction on their website. I dug much deeper, reading through their mission statement and their club values, as well as the rules of the sport. And I came away feeling comfortable enough to go out for a closer look. And after watching a couple of stages, they asked me if I'd like to try it. And my pard Nucky, known in this sport as Steve, offered to let me run his gear. Of course, I was excited to try it, and grateful for the opportunity, so we'll look at the stage that I shot. And I didn't film Tim explaining the shooting sequence while I was at the range because I wasn't prepared for that. So I'll just read it to you while you follow along on screen. Start standing at the starting gate of choice with rifle in hand. Shotgun staged on the table, loaded with 6. At the beep, with rifle. Move to doorway between B1 and B2. Engage 4 silhouette targets with 4 each. Only 1 double tap at a time. Down the rifle on the table. With shotgun, engage 6 fallers. Inside of B3 and 4 until down. Shotgun down on table. With pistol, engage the 4 silhouettes, not engaged by the rifle, as instructed for the rifle between B3 and B4. You got all of that? If not, it'll be clear once the shooting starts. Now, I wasn't really prepared to film any of the shooting. I had a dead battery in my aim cams, as you'll see later, and managed to hit the wrong button when attempting to capture the stages on my Insta360. You can see it out there, but it wasn't recording anything. You'd almost think this was my first time filming. Now, as I mentioned, Steve offered to let me use his gear, and I'll tell you a little bit about what that gear was while we watch him shoot the stage. Okay, to start off with, Steve is using a Beretta AX-160.
Stand by.
Next up, he's got a Mossberg JM940 12 gauge. This shotgun is on my short list of candidates to use for this game. And finally, he'll finish up with a Glock 44. After shooting Steve's Glock, I considered getting one of my own for this game. Ultimately though, I think I've landed on another pistol. But I could see adding this Glock to my collection of 22s in the future. I had quite a bit of fun shooting it, as you'll see when I take my turn. Again, I wasn't prepared to film, but thankfully, I did hand my iPhone off to Slow Jim, who you saw at the very beginning of this episode, and I asked him to capture my first mini 3-gun run. And while I was shooting, my pard Rongo, who's always thinking ahead, had his aim cam glasses on, running, and trained on me, so at least I can spice this segment up with a little dual camera action.
Tell me when you're ready and you're going to go after those, right? Yep. I am ready. Shooter's ready. Stand by. Over here, over here. Oh no, you're good, Jed. Go. Start. Mag out. Rack safety. I'm looking at your pistol. My bad. Good. Go through the middle. Rack it. Push the safety off. And then hit each one. Right fist step to the middle. Go to the right target. Right target.
And there you have it. I hope you all enjoyed that. I know I did. Another big thank you to my pard Nuck for letting me use all his gear and ammo. I've been shopping for my own gear to do this, but I'm not going to let out exactly what I've decided on, other than I will say that I'm going to start by using 22 long rifle, since they offer that as a category option. As you all know, I love that caliber. In fact, I have a friend that refers to me as the patron saint of 22. Plus, 22 long rifle firearms are a lot less of a financial investment, So I'll start there, make sure I like this new sport as much as I think I will, and then I'll start shopping for some 9mm 3-gun style firearms. Either way, you all will be along with me, assuming you're already subscribed to the channel. I mean, it's 2025, I shouldn't have to remind you to do that, right? Okay, smash the like button. There, I said it, now you have to do it. I'm Jed, this is Jed I TV, and I'll see you in some other place, in some other time.